We had 30 plus structures in our original facility, standalone. Very difficult to monitor students, very difficult for students to flow from one space to another, very difficult for students to congregate in large groups. As opposed to that, our new facility has large gathering spaces. It has very private, intimate spaces where kids could gather in smaller groups. It's easy to monitor all students. Student flow is easy. They can move and cover a great space in a short amount of time. So all in all, it's really eased the tension and anxiety. It's allowed for what students and faculty and community describe as very welcoming, very low-key, friendly environment. And that happened immediately after we moved into the new facility. So we really feel like we could attribute that to the design of the new space.
One of the complicating factors with this project was the fact that it was built in a multi-building campus arrangement originally. We had to literally tear down 20 of them to make room to build our new academic building. And we had to do this in a way that the students never really lost a day of academic learning.
We started with a relatively old facility, anywhere from 30 to 50 years old. It was modular, so it had been added onto over that time period. And the structure was very antiquated, obviously, wasn't energy efficient, data infrastructure wasn't there, HVAC systems inadequate, heating, cooling issues regularly, just in many ways relatively unsafe. What we ended up with, quite the opposite of that. Data infrastructure, state of the art, programmed for 20 years beyond completion date. We've got innovative HVAC structures in place, we believe. Very energy efficient, very spacious, very safe, and we're just extremely excited about it. During the project, from start to finish, it was a really team-based process. All the right players were at the table: district representatives, general contractor representatives, architectural representatives, obviously campus-based representatives, myself representing the campus. And so all of the right questions were asked, all of the right accommodations were made, and because of that, we went through 3 years of construction without missing a day of school, without any kind of really important test days, etc., being interrupted. I can honestly say that I don't feel that there was a single negative impact on student achievement, teaching and learning in general, because of being under construction in multiple phases while school was in session.
We began the process with a master plan that we were contracted to do with the district. They knew that there was a need for replacing buildings, and so we went through this master planning process, eliminating other options. For example, the option of building a new high school campus. We quickly discovered that they just didn't have the bond capacity, or they didn't have the financial capability to build a brand new high school campus to the tune of about $80 million. So once we had to focus in on the financial capabilities of the district and the realities of working on an existing campus that had some buildings that were usable, functional, then we just honed in on how are we going to, in effect, remodel this campus while the students were there. So we came up with a concept of constructing a temporary portable village, we called it, the Education Village. On one of the old practice fields, we set up 45 portable classroom buildings, about 90 classrooms. One year the students attended all their classes, most of the classes in this portable village. During that year, we tore down the part of the campus that we were needing to create space for the new building, and then constructed our new building.
My role in this project was project manager. That was to bring in all of the entities involved, which was the owner, the general contractor, and work together to provide a successful project. One of the things about this project and the success of it was that we were able to save some money. We were able to add a new addition to this north end of the cafeteria, We were able to add a parking lot on the south end of the campus. We were able to provide an new exterior clad of the Gym 2, and then we were also able to add a new canopy on the north end of the campus where we had previously constructed an amphitheater for the kids. So that was a really good thing for the district. They were able to extend their funds and provide projects that were originally in the base bid.
When you came up on this campus as it was originally designed, you could not find the front door of the school. It was impossible to know where the principal's office was. One of the goals that they really wanted to achieve with this project was the establishment of a very obvious front door. That required that we rearrange the whole circulation, the traffic circulation, the pedestrian circulation on the campus to make a place where when you came up to East Central High School, you knew where you were going to park, you knew where you were going to go to see the principal. You could tell those things very apparently. So that was another one of the primary goals of the project.
We've continued to see a growth in student achievement. If we're looking at standardized test scores as the measure we have, which was contrary to what the assumptions were. We thought that there would be negative impacts on teaching and learning and ultimately student achievement on those exams, and we didn't see that. We saw the opposite. At this stage of the game with this new facility, the talk is no longer state accountability, the talk is college readiness and beyond. And again, I think the layout of this facility, the feel of this facility is that we're bigger than the status quo. I mean, we can aspire for more than what is traditional and typically expected.
Right.